From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening and welcome to our Friday broadcast. Our top story, a woman accused of causing the death of her child has reportedly agreed to plead to no contest to a reduced charge of criminally negligent homicide.
26-year-old Lynn Swanson was originally charged with first-degree murder of the 2013 death of 18-month-old Julian Swanson Bird. The proposed reduction in charges came as a result of new evidence being found, according to prosecutors. 34-year-old Robert Crosscree, Swanson's boyfriend, was sentenced to a year in jail previously for a misdemeanor charge of failing to report a violent crime against a child. That came after he reportedly agreed to testify against her about the death of the boy. Another hearing in the case is set for next week.
A federal appeals court says the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service followed the law when it designated more than 187,000 square miles as critical habitat for threatened polar bears. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals reversed a 2013 lower court decision that the designation of the coastal area larger than California was too extensive and not specific. A three-judge panel of appeals court said the Fish and Wildlife Service followed the law in making the designation. Officials with the Center for Biological Diversity hailed the decision, saying polar bears will get the full protection of the habitat they need. Kara Moriarty of the Alaska Oil and Gas Association said it adds even more restrictions to oil exploration, and they are considering appealing the ruling to the Supreme Court.
What the Fish and Wildlife Service did is they took a map of Alaska and they took a big red marker and they basically circled the whole North Slope that they designated as critical habitat for the bear. I would argue that some portions of the habitat that they circled all the way down to the Brooks Range, I think it'd be hard-pressed for folks in Anaktuvik Pass to say that they see polar bears very often.
All right, when we come back, rumors have been swirling around about the latest news regarding the local sports authority. We'll tell you what is happening.
Also, next week, the University of Alaska will be hosting the Arctic Science Summit Week with hundreds of scientists flocking to the Fairbanks area.
Welcome back. University of Alaska Fairbanks is hosting hundreds of international scientists next week. We have more now in this report.
UAF has been chosen to host this year's Arctic Science Summit Week and Arctic Observing Summit Week starting Friday. It's an annual gathering of international scientists and policymakers who advance Arctic research. This week is full of meetings, events, and collaborations in all fields of Arctic science. The International Arctic Research Center's director, Hayo Aiken, says this week's all about policymakers and researchers collaborating.
The Arctic Science Summit Week is more of a top-down activity where you have the high-level representatives from different national programs be part of the meeting. And then the Arctic Observing Summit is a bottom-up activity where you have researchers who are active out in the field making long-term observations of Arctic change, collaborate with other residents of the Arctic, in Alaska, of course, in particular, tribal governments, indigenous peoples organizations.
The Science Week will be looking at more than just climate change and global warming. The Vice Chancellor for Research, Larry Hinsman, says there is an economic and industry aspect that will also be covered.
We're very interested in climate change and global warming, but there are also many other things that are ongoing in the Arctic. As the sea ice degrades, there's a really increase in transpolar shipping. So that's really important. That's affecting our economy. We're interested in economics. We're interested in demographics because we see the people in the communities, in the Arctic communities, are changing. They're moving. People are coming in. People are moving out. Industry's changing, and all of that has a real big impact on the whole Arctic.
You don't have to be a scientist to attend Summit Week. The public event has theatrical shows, family activities, and art collaborations people can attend.
There's so many things that are ongoing during the Arctic Science Summit Week, but it's not just all science and technology. We have a lot of public events that we hope people will engage in. There'll be art shows, there'll be dark winter nights, there will be a film festival. So there's a lot of public events, and we really hope that people will come out for that.
Sarah Dabowski reporting.
The final environmental impact statement for stationing F-35A aircraft at Eielson Air Force Base was published in the Federal Register today. That marks the beginning of the 30-day waiting period before the record of decision can be issued. The proposed action would base up to 54 F-35As at Eielson Air Force Base as part of the 354th Fighter Wing. The first aircraft would be delivered in 2019, with the final aircraft arriving by late 2020, with full operation capabilities by 2021. The final EIS is available for review at local public libraries and can be downloaded from the web at the address you see on your screen. It's pacaf-f35aeis.com.
The Sports Authority franchise has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The retailer said Wednesday that it plans to close or sell about 140 stores and 2 distribution centers. The Colorado company has 463 stores in 41 states and Puerto Rico. The store closings are expected to take up to 3 months. Now, the list of stores that will be closed are on the bankruptcy court filings, and the Fairbanks store is not on that list. Sports Authority stores will remain open and run on normal schedules during the Chapter 11 process. The company's website will continue to function, and the chain plans to honor warranties on items purchased at its stores or online.
If you're looking for a fun family event to do this weekend, you might want to stop by the Walmart parking lot tomorrow. In the past years, the event has been held on the Chena River, but because of the unusually above normal temperatures, it was decided for safety purposes to move the event to the parking lot. Kids will have a great time as all of the events are specially designed for the youngsters. Additionally, a number of prizes will be handed out for various kids' activities, including the ping pong ball drop at 1 p.m.
This is the 11th annual Tired Iron, and because of the conditions on the ice this year, we decided to move it off the ice. And so we're going to have the 11th annual Tired Iron is going to be in the Walmart parking lot, big roped off section, tomorrow, Saturday. And then the following weekend, on the Sunday the 13th, we're going to have the vintage races out on the flood control project. So no ice to worry about, safe, fun, great spectator year because you can see everything, so it should be great.
All right, Joe Cook is up next with sports and has highlights from Classic Game in the GNAC semifinals.
The Nanooks won a thriller. Well, that story and the play of the week is coming up after the break.
Cool.
Welcome back, Interior Sports fans. Joe Cook here with your local Friday Sportscast. Today in Lacey, Washington, the Alaska Nanooks had an instant classic against the Western Washington Vikings in the GNAC semifinal. This game was close, like a relationship. Late in the second half, senior point guard Joe Slocum, he gave the Nooks their largest lead, 82-74. He finished with 18 points. Javonte Williams, he had a game-high 23 points to go along with 10 rebounds, and he put the Nooks up by 7 with 2 minutes left. But the Vikes, they rallied as both teams made play after play. Fast forward to the final 20 seconds of regulation as Jeffrey Parker, he hits a 3 to give Western a 1-point lead. And then Williams, he would try to answer. He drives to the hoop. He misses, but Almir Hadjisevich, he hits the putback with 6 seconds left. 2 of his 17 points, and after a scramble, the ball goes out of bounds, and Western will get one last shot with 2.1 seconds left. The Vikings got a nice look on the final shot of the game, but it bounces off of the back of the rim. The Nanooks win a classic 91-90 over the Vikings. They advance to the GNAC final for the first time under McDorham. UF wins their 6th straight game, and 9 of their last 10. One more, and they will clinch the GNAC title and go dancing.
We didn't call timeout. We didn't give Western a chance to get their defense set. We knew what we were going to do. We had it in Travante's hands. That's who we wanted it with. I think he put the shot up, trying to draw a foul. And then, we had Kava and Almir both right where they needed to be. And that's one of our biggest putbacks of the year right there.
We want our respect, and a lot of teams kind of, I don't know what it's been for the last couple of years, but we wanted guys to know that who we were, and we wanted a name for ourselves, and we just want to do something special this year.
UAF, they will play Western Oregon for the GNAC title. Tip-off is Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Alaska time. Follow KTVF Sports and tune in on Saturday for updates. And after the day one results, young and up-and-coming mushers knew what they needed to win today. The next generation of mushers competed in the second day, the mushing action in the Kinross Fort Knox Junior North American Championships at Morningstar Park in North Pole. Noah Hartem out of Alberta won the 4-dog class in 39 minutes and 14 seconds this afternoon. Dion Earhart was the victor in the 2-dog class, winning by 8 seconds over Brianna Probert Sanford. The 3-dog class had some tight races today, but Zoe Earhart, she won the class by almost 10 minutes and 36 minutes, 42 seconds. Thursday night was bittersweet for the West Valley Wolfpack. The sweep was senior forward Ruthie Hebert. She got her number retired before their number 2 versus number 3 matchup with Wasilla. She's the only Wolfpack player to have her number retired, also scoring 2,000 career points this year. Jeannie Hebert-Truax made her return to Fairbanks with Wasilla as well. Now the bitter, Hebert would go down with an ankle injury in the third quarter and would not return. She finished with a game-high 18 points, but it wasn't over. Aaliyah DePriest bucket gave Wasilla the lead with 2 of her team-high 14 points after this Teresa Sample three-pointer. So this game went down to the wire. Ileana Cassiano was fouled with 4.2 seconds left, with Wasilla leading 39-38. She missed a free throw, but the Pack, they get the ball back with 2.1 left, and the shot is off. Wasilla, they hold on for a 39-38 win.
You know, they're a good team. They play good defense, and they get after it in that 3-2 zone they're playing. You know, we struggled with making shots. And to break it, you got to just make the shots and make them come out and play. And we didn't do that very well. We're going to work on that.
We've really been working on being mentally tough, and mentally tough as a team and as a unit, not 5 individuals or 10 individuals, but as a unit. And the girls pulled through with that and showed that tonight.
And in the boys contest, the Warriors established the tone early. They got off to an 11-4 start, spearheaded by Kobe Brown, who led Wasilla with 13 points. Daniel Hornbuckle wasn't himself, but it's a team game, and his teammates picked up the slack. Cornelius Mingle Jr. He hit a 3 at the first half buzzer to bring the Wolfpack within 2, 21-23. The Wolfpack, they'll go on a 20-4 run across the third and fourth quarters, led by Mingle Jr., Brandon Bones Joyner, and Isaiah Winfrey. West Valley, they pull away in the second half for a 60-43 win in their last home game of the season.
It was good. Our shot was on in warm-ups and shoot-arounds today, and it was also hot in the game, so, you know, we decided to take out the shots.
Defense, I mean, first half it wasn't there. Second half we were there, working, playing D. We were able to lock up and get done on the scoreboard tonight.
We hope to continue this run in the state, but first we got to focus on whoever wins at regionals. We got to focus on that game first so we can get seeded in the state.
And we end the Sportscast with the play of the week. This one comes from a hockey player. 40 seconds into the second period, Ryan Gorowski, he scores what would be the game winner for Fairbanks against Springfield last Saturday night, and he loses a tooth in the process. Gorowski takes a shot to the mouth but still scores as the Ice Hogs win 4-2 over the Junior Blues in a sweep last weekend. Gorowski and his tooth is the play of the week. To pick the next play of the week, watch the I-5 Interior Top 5 plays on Mondays during the weekend recap. And that's it for sports at 6, but come back tonight for the Sports Nightcap for highlights from Game 1 of the Governor's Cup. Mike Schultz is next with weather, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Mike Schultz once again broadcasting live from the ice park. A very frigid ice park tonight because the wind has been blowing, so it's making things a little chilly. But you know, when you walk in the ice park, not only do you see lots of ice everywhere, but you hear some great music. And the ice park would not be the music, or we would not be the same without the music from this man here, Dan Schaff. Dan, you've been doing this for how long now?
Oh, probably about 8 years on music. Been with the park since they started. You fall in love with this place, it's hard to leave.
Yeah.
We started bringing in entertainment acts a few years back. We've got some good entertainment coming this weekend, 2 good acts. We've had belly dancers, square dancers, kids acts, singers. It's phenomenal. Hula hoopers, for crying out loud. Glowing, fiery, it's crazy. So don't think, if you've been to the park, don't think you've seen it all. Keep coming back because there is a lot more yet to see here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dan, like I said, it wouldn't be the park without the music. I think the music just adds so much to it. It's nice to hear the kids, you know, laughing and giggling and everything, but the music just feel like you're walking into a nice arena like it would be the old days when you used to walk into a roller skating rink or an ice skating rink.
Well, I thank you very much. We worked hard to try to put a good barrage of music out and satisfy everybody. And I look at it as a kid's park. It really is. It's
and a
for
mix
them.
of music it is, too, I'll tell you that.
I try to. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this. The public can't hear enough about it, and you guys can't visit enough. It gets better and better all the time.
Well, thanks a lot, Dan. Thanks for all you do, too.
Thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Okay. All right, now let's talk about the weather. And like I said, all day long, it's been really a cold day today. We've had the wind blowing in, and that just kind of adds to the wind chill factor. We're still expecting a nice night. But as far as weather goes, looking at our satellite picture today, Once again, you can see not a whole lot going on across the central sections of the state. Most of the energy, once again, is down to the south around the Anchorage Bowl area and over southeast Alaska. Also some rain falling there. Now, the big picture is showing that temperatures have not changed a whole lot over the last few days. Once again, we're talking about temperatures over the southeastern sections in the mid-40s, some rain falling at Ketchikan, 41 at Juneau. Only 27 degrees today for Anchorage. Chilly there. Kodiak, 32 degrees, and 31 degrees at Cold Bay up and down the west coast. 22 at Bethel, but look at Nome, down to 9 degrees. So a little cold air coming in. And across the North Slope, it's cold at Barrow, 1 degree below zero. Fort Yukon at 14 degrees and partly cloudy skies. Lower 48 weather. A little bit of weather going on. Nothing really severe to talk about. More energy moving across the Great Lakes, helping to bring some snow across the Chicago area. And then a new system moving onshore on the West Coast means more rain for the West Coast and California, something they need in the worst way. And the overall outlook for next week for the jet stream, well, look what's happening. It's changed completely. Now we got a deep trough on the West Coast, moving up over the East Coast, which means warmer temperatures for them, and maybe some severe thunderstorms breaking out across the Central Plains. Our weather fact for tonight, and again, we're talking about some really strange weather. Well, how about in 2008 in St. Louis, Missouri? Wow. After reaching 78 degrees the previous day, the next day they had almost a foot of snow. So what a wild difference a day makes in that weather. Again, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank for sponsoring our kids' weather. And you know what? Next week, we've got another school that's going to be visiting with us. We're going to be talking with the kids from Arctic Light Elementary School. They'll be here for all day, or all week, I should say. Okay, now let's take a look at our forecast for tomorrow for the northern sections. Sunny skies at Barrow, a few clouds for the Nome region, and some clouds and flurries at Fort Yukon. Here in the interior, it looks like, once again, about a repeat performance of today. We'll have mostly sunny skies and a few flurries possible for the Delta Junction region, then more sunshine around Fairbanks and the Healy region. Over southeast Alaska, well, that's probably where the worst weather is going to be. Once again, we're talking about rain, mostly cloudy for Juneau, and scattered rain showers for the Ketchikan area. While out to the southwest, a mixed bag of weather once again. Looks like snow showers at Cold Bay, partly cloudy skies for Bethel, and maybe a few rain showers for Kodiak area also. And over the south central regions, as one of the kids is having a great time behind me, you can hear, looking at rain and snow showers for the Anchorage area and Homer also, and then some snow showers expected in Valdez. Okay, it is a Friday night. Well, let's take a look at our Winter Trails report, brought to you by the good folks at Beaver Sports. And the weekend is looking fantastic. Temperatures will be above normal and even warmer for Sunday. The slopes should be really fast, though, as will the cross-country trails. And, of course, use caution when snow machining. And as far as our numbers out at the airport right now, 25 degrees after a high of 27. The low last night, the record high was 44 in 1957. The low last night, 0. The record low in 1951 at 41 below. Your sunrise and sunset looking at about a little more than 10.5 hours of daylight. Tonight, 5 degrees, partly cloudy, not as warm. Tomorrow's forecast calling for, once again, sunshine, and in fact, a lot of sunshine by afternoon, 21 degrees. And the 5-day outlook, very encouraging. Once again, temperatures rising to near 30 degrees, and even 30 degrees for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Overnight lows, how's that for consistency? 5 degrees each day. The good news is tomorrow for the tired iron, everything looks great for that, and also for the raising of the tripod Sunday at 3:30 at Nome. Everything looks good there too. The ice is 40 inches thick, so it looks like a fantastic weekend. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Mike. And did you see that picture? That was amazing. Alto cumulus clouds, not to be confused with soprano or baritone cumulus clouds. Okay. All right, now before we go, a reminder that KTVF will be hosting their annual wedding showcase Sunday at the Westmark Hotel.
That's right, Daryl. Katie Looper and myself will be there along with 70 vendors to help you plan that special day. It'll be a lot of fun, and it all gets underway at 11:30 Sunday morning.
Yourself, huh?
Myself.
All right,
myself.
Take a selfie. That'll wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News, LAPD is now testing a knife that was found on O.J. Simpson's former property. That's next with Lester Holt.
Also, be sure and tune in tomorrow night for the Interior's only newscast with Katie Looper and Mike Fussel's last Sportscast. That's right, he is leaving us.
Well, I'm sad. From all of us here at the News Center, have a good night.